Hi, Dolores, can you hear me?
Yes, I can. Can you hear me?
I can, yeah. So the first question I have is just tell me more about yourself and how you got started in activism.
I'm really happy to be here with all of you. And I guess I started my activism actually when I was young. I guess I was a Girl Scout. And then when I was a teenager, I organized a lot of teenage clubs because we didn't have any in our community, but they were shut down by the police because we were very integrated in a very integrated group. We had my Black friends, my Asian friends, my white friends, and that the police didn't like that. They didn't like to see all these different groups of people, especially the white girls hanging out with Black kids and Latino kids. So they shut down our community center that we had. That was like about 16 years old at that time. And then I really learned about organizing at the grassroots level when I was 25. And I was a school teacher, but once I learned that you could organize people and get them involved, get them to take direct action, get them to make policy changes, that was so how shall I put the word, invigorating, right? That you could actually make history. You can make history by getting people together and changing policies. Well, first of all, I think getting people engaged at the grassroots level to let them know that they can make changes in their community, because a lot of our people, they don't feel like they have a voice. They don't feel like they can make a difference. They think, well, that's all for the politicians and for other people to do. And they don't understand that they have to participate in order to make our democracy work. Everybody has to participate. And a lot of people they really don't know that. So that's a message that we have to give to people. And our victories go from little victories like with our foundation, the Dolores Huerta Foundation. By the way, we're celebrating a big victory this week in California, because all of our undocumented residents in California are going to be covered by our Medi-Cal health bill in California. Can you imagine that? And our governor, Gavin Newsom, and all the legislators, they're all together on this measure. But those are some of the big victories.
What do you think, in your opinion, is the most pressing issues impacted by young people today? And why do you think it's important for organizations like YI to train young adults to lead change?
Well, I think one of the most pressing issues is education, okay? Education. And stopping the school to prison pipeline is so important. We know that if we have more resources for education, for more school counselors and more teachers' assistants and better salaries for our teachers to begin with, that we would not have the situation that we have today, where we have somehow our educational system has manufactured, neo-Nazis and white supremacists. And it's obvious that we need to get our stories. People of color need to be, and of women, by the way, and our LGBTQ community, our stories need to be taught into our educational system, starting at the elementary school level. We are at this critical moment in the United States of America and in the world where democracy is being challenged. And we have to counter the fascism. And I'm going to use that word fascism. And I hope all the young people will look that up to see what does it really mean. The word comes from Germany, and it means punishment. And this is a kind of authoritarian kind of a country that some people want to see, where people are punished, where women are being punished because they have abortions, where young people are being punished. But this whole idea of we think of our jail system that we have, and we have more people in jail in the United States of America than they have in India or China. And those countries, their populations are in the billions of people. We are only in the millions, yet we have more people in prison than they do. So we've got to stop the fascism. And I like to use the words of Benito Juarez, the Mexican president, indigenous president of Mexico, who used these words. He said, and I'm going to say it in Spanish. I hope a lot of your folks here speak Spanish. El respeto al derecho ajeno es la paz. Respecting other people's rights is peace. How many children a woman chooses to have or not to have That is her human right. If somebody chooses to marry, live with somebody who is of their own sex, that is their human right.
Yeah, thank you so much for sharing that with our young people. And what does it mean to you to be an activist?
To be an activist means that we've got to put some of our time, and this is the most precious thing that we have. This is the resource that all of us have. We may not have any money, and young people don't have a lot of money, but what we do have is time. So we've got to put our time out there, to get out there, do canvassing, go door to door, talk to people, talk to them about the importance of their involvement in the democratic systems of voting, do the phone banking, the door-to-door canvassing, think of every moment that we have that we can spare to get other people involved so that we can build the movement that you're working for. I just want you to end your meeting, and hopefully one of you can do this, is ask everybody there at the end of the event two questions. The first question is, who's got the power? And we want them to respond and say, we've got the power. And then we say, what kind of power? And we're going to say people power, all right? People power. And then they can end with a big si se puede and a big, big clap. Let's do that, okay? And of course, viva Colorado, and viva all of the people in your great organization.